Hey, it's Dan, and welcome to Unified Gaming. So in today's stream, we're just going to really focus on leveling the Arcanist. It is the latest class to be added to the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm going to go through and just kind of show some of the skills, what it does really, as with that kind of focus of can we get it to 50. I am leveling this in a place where we do get our fighter skilled up, so it's not the most efficient way of leveling, but it's definitely up there, and you know, it does the job. It is a fun build for sure, and quite a fun class. As you can see, we just like decimate stuff, so really cool with how that feels. But I want to just kind of really explore the class itself. For people curious, I have used this on PTS quite a lot in PvP. I've also done some PvE testing and stuff, and so I have a pretty good idea of kind of how it feels already. But as I said, I want to kind of just get it on the live server ready to go. I've been doing my build for probably about half an hour roughly. I've got to level 13, so I've got 2 bars almost, and yeah, you have kind of the typical 3 skill lines: damage, tanking, like healing buffs, and I have gone as a dark elf for this. So personally, if you were to make a Arcanist, I would recommend being a dark elf. It lets you switch between magic and stamina easily. And because of the Arcanist skill scaling, where some of it's magic or stamina depending on what's the highest, that gives you that option there, and the passives also have lots of weapon and spell damage boosts. So again, Dark Elf just fits really nicely with this. But you can obviously go as something else if you wish. So, if you're unsure where we are, this is a place in Rivenspire. It's really good. It's called Mora's Hope. It is literally just like zombies, which helps you get your fighter skills up. So the Arcanist ultimates are a bit lackluster, so I would recommend getting fighter skilled if you can. But you will want Dawnbreaker and PvP. Hey, you're right, Sue. Yeah, leveling up, as you can see, and really kind of seeing is the class good. But for PvE, it's really fun. Literally just decimating stuff with beam. PvP, I was still a bit hesitant, but I want to try and get a build video up for PvP with like it being tested by the weekend. So I'm going to be like smashing this really to get this up ASAP. So like with Acuity, you can see it's absolutely disgusting. So yeah, for people curious, as I said, we're in Rivenspire. It's top left of the map, Mora's Hope. The closest way shrine is Hoarfrost. What's nice is you've got the Mage Guild that you can join here, and the Fighters Guild, which is awesome. And then this area here has just zombies. So you level up Fighters Guild just doing this. It's pretty brain dead, so if you want to kind of just do something and not really think about what you're doing, great spot to do this. And I will try to do some dungeons as well in a little bit. You might notice as well, I have 2 skills on the bar I can't use, so Flurry and Uppercut. If you are new to ESO, you might not understand, but the way XP works is it's given to every skill line that's on your bar. So, because Uppercut's on the bar, this is leveling up the skill line, because I'm using it, even though I can't actually cast a skill. Same with Dual Wield, so that's why they're going up, and the Destruction Staff goes up because I'm using a Fire Staff. So it's a really easy way to level up loads of skills. Absolutely just decimating these. But the beam is really fun. It is like one of the fun skills that they actually have. And there is a healing version. You can roll dodge cancel some of their stamina balls, by the way, which is quite nice. So yeah, if you've got any questions about the class, kind of how it feels and stuff, then obviously put a comment in the chat and I'll do my best to answer it. Equally, if it's what's your thoughts on the patch generally, I've gone through the notes and stuff. Yeah, happy to kind of say what I think about that really. Level 14, whoop whoop. So once we get to 15, I'm going to put on a scroll. Danny says, is it out for console today? Sadly not. You might see I'm using a controller on PC, but I am on PC, as I said. Console is normally about 2 weeks behind. There's been 1 or 2 cases where it's been 3 weeks, but that's been like really rare. So expect it in 2 weeks. I would say, I know my channel is primarily PvP currently. This is kind of more of a PvE class. You could use it in PvP for certain like niche builds, which we will mess around with for sure. But it is definitely it feels more PvE with how it plays currently, and that's just from using it on PTS a lot. Soup says, feels a bit of everything we've had before from other classes, but more refined animation-wise. Yeah, it's kind of a mix between Necro and Warden, kind of taking the good and the bad from them. So like the Necro sort of corpse mechanic is basically this, but just for Cruxes. You then have the Warden kind of logic with a damage skill line, a tank skill line, a buff skill line. Which you can see here, this is your damage, this is your tanking, this is your buff skill line, and like heals. And there isn't much like variation between the two of these. We'll chuck that on there. Yeah, Danny says, oh well. I'm curious, let me put a poll in the chat. Are people going to get this? I know people that I play with, they've been a bit mixed. But I'm curious, and obviously it's all like anonymous. But yeah, like, are people actually going to get this? Because it kind of helps me know as a creator, is this something I make lots of content on or not really? Like, I know it's a new shiny toy. This is the hill, bro. The hill's amazing, look at that. The hill's so good. Yeah, I can see the hill in PvP being quite strong. Yeah, Danny said he went ahead and got it. So we need to down here. When you level up as well, just a little tip. Get this armor combo, Mechanical Acuity and Heartland Conqueror. If you get all the armor and then the jewelry, you can then basically use any item you get that's dropped, and you always can just keep killing stuff without having to change your armor pieces. I do this from level 1 to 50 every time. It's really quick. Soup says, until it hit a soft lock quest, it was great fun. Definitely one of the more fun DLCs of late from Zos. Okay, I haven't actually done the like PvE aspect, like the story for this DLC. I found once I kind of... They've always been very samey, the DLCs. In the past, like, you basically save the world in some capacity, or stop some terrible thing from happening. And there's like only so many times you go, yeah, that's kind of the same story. Which might be a bit cynical, but that's kind of how ESO stories have felt for the past couple of years. Okay, we'll grab one of those. And I literally just switch out my weapon to the new one that I got when that guy kills that stuff there. There you go. So yeah, we'll have a look at the passives as well for those people curious. You might notice my beam's doing a lot less damage. That's because it's not charged up. So one of the things that you have to do with an Arcanist is you need to charge it with the Cruxes. So every time you use some skills, they give you a Crux boost, which are like little triangles floating around you. So you'll see it in a moment. So there's one triangle, that's two, and that's three. And when you use that, you can then spend them on another skill and get a boost. So if you charge them up on your beam skill, the beam does like double damage. So that's kind of how you want to be playing this. You need some like stuff to generate Crux and stuff to spend Crux. So this is charging us doing 5,000-6,000 a tick, which is really good when it's 2-8 without it being charged. Passives wise, you got Fated Fortune. This increases crits when you generate or use Crux, which is great. This also increases just damage, which is good. And this will increase your status effects. There's a bit of pants, in all honesty, this one. And then the last one, this is quite nice. It's Spell Pen, so it's kind of like the Warden passive, which they got rid of, but yeah. Yeah, see you, Danny. So I'm just going to be doing here just leveling. It's not the most fun. I'll jump to Battlegrounds in a moment. We'll try one of those. Low level BGs are always a slugfest, so let's see if we can get one of those whilst we're waiting. Then I'll pop a scroll on, okay? So we can get our daily boost. So we'll save this as just our leveling up build, and then we can actually just put some PvP skills on really quick. So we would use that. This one's really good, the crit one. This is really nice. I preferred that, I did. This also snares people, which again is quite useful. But this makes this very cheap, so. Bonus crit damage. This procs with a skill down here. We need an armor buff. So I'm just seeing where that... We don't have the armor buff unlocked yet. It's down here. And we've got a heal. So that'd be our heal. They've got 2 spare slots. Oh, the BGs. So we can see if it's any good in low-level battlegrounds. I don't think so, but we'll try. So we're doing deathmatch. We can put on our back bar and so get our back bar over here. I literally put a furnace there. That's our heal. That's another heal. That's a taunt, which is pointless. That's a shield. So yeah, there isn't many skills we can use, but we'll make it work. So that's the heal to that guy. So you can see a few Arcanists already in here. Yeah, we can't outburst DK's healing. Oh, picked the wrong heals. Nope. Yeah. Ah, I got hit with some of them behind. Yeah. Fake Carver can be good. We need a stun, which we don't have just yet. That comes a bit later on, that does, sadly. There's a really cool stun that you can get. This one down here, this is a really good stun. It's like Rune Cage, but you can't dodge it. I'll just heal myself up. Yeah, Soup says for PvP, feels like you have to run a dedicated damage set. You can see the damage, it's just not bursty. We're hitting that DK for 950 and he hit us for 2.5k whips. So if you see people saying this is like the next OP thing, it really isn't. Like, yes, we're not in a proper PvP gear. And our stuff's level 4. $984 it does each tick. What do you guys think of the damage in PvP? I bet as well, if you look at the scoreboard, the team that's first is probably DK's. DK. Yeah, 11 kills. Like, and most people are Arcanists in this match. If you look at all the Arcanists, like, they've got very bad scores. Zoop says Arcanist be the new shiny thing for PvP. The Nightmare game got me. Yeah, you can really see it's not great unless you're sitting with somebody who has blood burst damage, and we have none of that on our team or class. Got 2 skill points though, which is good. Yeah, DK, 16 to 1. But we'll get that'll give us a vigor, which will be nice. People said they're going to get the Arcanist though. Those are another battlegrounds. They're always good fun, they are. We get XP for it. And then whilst we're waiting, we'll just continue to farm XP. Or BGs. I like the soup said, after the shiny is gone, people will go back to the DK and corrosive. Honestly, I think if you are somebody who wants to use the Arcanist, but you also play another class, playing your other class in PvP will feel like God mode for the first 2 or 3 weeks, just because the Arcanist is that much weaker than any other class. But that's honestly how it feels in PvP. And like, yes, we can put passives in and stuff, but we just don't have... Like, there's no burst deal in the class kit. That's a heal over, that's like a small mini spam heal. That's meant to be your burst heal, but it's channel, so it's not great. That's a small shield. That's it. But there's no like burst heal in this class, and there's no burst skill in it either. So you lack that like big oomph, or you lack that oh no button, which other classes have.
Do you think they stand a chance?
I was on the wrong bar. That was very silly of me. Does have a weird aim in there. You see, like, literally, the damage the Arcanist does against each other is so low, it's not actually great. And because it's a medium range card, you can like outrun it. But we don't have a burst heal. Oh, that was our burst heal, that was 3k. So let's go for the flag. Yeah, it really feels hit and miss. Like, I know we don't have our armor buff yet, so we're missing defense. We don't have any good heals. Justin said, just joined, how's it going? It's going, there's lots of green stuff. The class is, yeah. It's not DK, put it that way. It's very, very, very far from DK. It's fun, like it is a fun class to play, and this is low BGs where we don't have our armor buff and heals and stuff. So look, my being, look. 600, 800, this is crits. Alright, we might kill it eventually. There you go. It took 2 people doing that beam to actually do enough damage. This is a DK, I don't think we're gonna kill this dude. Why is he running? He's not a DK. You should not run away if you want a DK. It's like God mode. There you go. I managed to get in there. So it definitely feels like a... You have to kind of preempt the burst, which is really weird. But other classes you can kind of queue it up with like Haunting Curse and stuff, but you have to almost queue up when they're not going to be able to heal. It feels weird. But as I said, this is only a little bit of BGs here. I did it on PTS loads. I think the DK stole it. I healed that guy and he wouldn't heal me back. Yeah, we have like no burst skill or no burst heal. So yeah, there's just no like burst heal in this kit, and it's not even not unlocked. There just doesn't exist. Here's like the morph that thing follows me as. Yeah, there's a little beam that morphs, so it like chases you around. A bit like Ballista. Yeah, he died. There's definitely a range on it. Soup says it sort of has an execute. Just an awkward one. Oh no! I've got DK using Dizzy and Swing. And I've got a Gimp Plus. He died. How did he die? How did he die? I don't know how he died. Oh. Thracian said he was level 1 early, enjoyed it, hasn't PvP'd. I could for sure see why it's weird in PvP. It doesn't even have an execute or very good dots. Literally, like in low level BGs, you can't do anything to damage somebody in this form. But he should come out of it in a moment. There we go. But this is cool. I like this hill. This is a very good hill. I think they'll be good healers though. I think that's where they will really shine. 6 kills, woo! I'm kind of getting a feel for when you want to be oddness too there. I've got another one. Hey, got 7 kills. Look at this being a pro gamer. Honestly, this class is like really awkward. But I can't hit him, he's too far away. Come back. I guess that works. He ran off the edge. Yeah, there's no like good dots in this either. So when you're reliant on that for your movement, people they struggle to know how to kind of deal with it when it like rolling stuff quickly. He's literally spamming crit rush and then Dizzy. Soup says the flail morph is kind of a weird execute, basically. And there's kind of no reason to use it over a proper execute. Yeah, I thought that when I used it. It's only like up to double damage, whereas execution is 400 times. So it's like, 400% or 100%. It seems a no-brainer. Oh, that was a clutch kill, that was. I got so close, 1.3k. I just ran out of resource. Yeah, it definitely feels like you need to level this up to get some more skills. But it's fun. It's fun. I don't know how this is going to do in Cyrodiil, by the way. I can't see this being used in Cyrodiil at all. Like, can you guys see this in Cyrodiil? Went well cheeky there. Like, all these skills are like 22 meters, by the way. Ah, died DK. He would have died. The match ended. Oh, 9-6 though. And we won. So that's more skill points. So we're level 16. We still haven't got an arm buff. We've got a big shield, apparently. This is tiny. So, compared to Magsork, it's like really small. We've got Abyssal Impact though. And they immobilise them, so we could use this. So we'll do one more Battlegrounds and then we'll do a bit more levelling. Because it's getting us skill points and stuff. And I can also get Vigour actually. Like for PvE, damage is great. PvP, yeah. Oh, that guy's doing the pull. I might be able to just tag these. There we go. And he can level up my Vigour. Now keep going, mate. You almost got my Vigour up. Yeah, so that not great. That's a shield. For max health. BG's is ready. That's unfortunate. Oh, this guy can help. And you can hope to get that Vigour done. Did you get that Vigour up? Is that Vigour? Ah, oh, so close. So looking at the poll quickly, and there is one if you want to take part. It says most people are going to get the class. Some are like, not sure, which is fair enough. What does that do? Increase your armor, sustain. Hidden done. Oh, that's good. That's quite a good passive, actually. But the range on the thing's quite slow, like low, which is a problem.
May we fulfill our destiny.
Because we put a few passives in that might actually help us. So maybe this one will be more useful. But it's literally just like beam spam. Don't die. Oh, I tried to keep him alive. Oh, I managed to catch him inside that. That was good. That was good. I like that. They stole my kill. Got an assist. Got 2 assists. Having the little stun, the immobilize is quite useful actually. So I immobilised that guy. I got stunned by somebody else. That's really annoying. Otherwise I probably would have got him inside that ult burst combo. There we go, got an assist. Having you have to like stack loads of heals with this, it feels like. But Vigor's been really nice. Having that is a good, like, it helped a lot. I wanted to go for the stun.
It's not so good.
Oh, I got greedy there. So you see I'm aiming at the guy, just to complete all of that mist. That's well annoying. Oh no. He's even using poisons, that DK. I think it was that DK, or was it Azul? Him. Oh, 4 assists. Super Saiyan Rune Spite isn't bad. Shield gets of health as well as the Crux consumption plus Retaliate, which scales of armor. Okay, I need to have a little look into it. There's definitely, I like how all the skills like link in with one another. Yeah, the DK's got poisons on as well. Yes. Yeah, that DK's like proper going for it, isn't he? $4.4k whip, 3.7k whip, and my beam's doing 1,000 minute crits. It's so depressing. They stole the kill. He's on a tank, I'm gonna do that back. That green group's like now balling together, as you can see. It's quite interesting that green group was the only class for DK. It's like the class that is doing the best. You saw, I turned around and saw the green tail. I was like, yep, that's not going to work. Was that full damage you got me? Yeah. 4.6. I jumped off there. 4.6k. I feel for that purple, that guy up there, because I know if you stay there, you're just going to die. Because that whole green group is just chasing one person down at a time. It definitely feels like it's a support build. A full damage OP. I tried to get him outside. Yeah, compared to DK, this is like lambs and slaughter. Full damage is so big. What I want to check, you could do it on PTS, is you could use a reduced cost glyph, and it lowered this. You get this down to 3, you could, because it was so cheap to use. I don't know if they fixed that bug. Oh, DK ran in. Literally got jumped from one to another. Creative says he doesn't think it's a bug and he thinks it works just fine. I'm assuming you're using that as well then. The reduce one cost glyph and it makes it like 100 magicka. It's like ridiculously cheap. Hey, Vigor can be morphed. Woo! Yeah, the Abyssal Impact was good. I like that. We don't get our stun for ages though. This is like, we really need this. This is good. For PvE though, this thing's ridiculous, like really, really good. Like if you want to just do overland content or dungeons, it's really easy to use. Look at that, I just absolutely love it. What the Crux? I'd like them to put the Crux icon at the bottom of your screen as well. So you know in the buff tracker down here, I would like them to have a Crux icon. I think that because sometimes in the fight you don't always look at the 3 Crux going around your character, but just having a little square that, even if it was like the skills had 1, 2 or 3 on, but some way of seeing down here that's near your status bar how much Crux you have would be really helpful. Because there's been times where I've been in like particularly in PvP and you're in the middle of a match and you're like, actually I don't really have enough time to see all 3 going around to know, is this the best time to use a skill, if that makes sense. That's what I would like. I'm a vampire as well, for people curious. I would like suggest you do it because you get this up for free and you can always turn it off. We're going to carry on leveling up over here for a little bit. So Creative said he's level 31. We'll pop into a few dungeons, get some skill points. Kind of all the PvE new character stuff that you have to do. So yeah, we'll queue for a random dungeon this time. Soup said there should be a buff icon. It's part of Bandit's UI. I'm using like the vanilla UI in effect. So you can see all my buffs like mechanical acuities down there. My major expedition from the passives are down from CP. Hey, this is an easy one. Elden Hollow. So yeah, I do think it's a Bandit's UI giving you that. And it is little things like that which I think would help just newer people to it. Because if you're not used to watching, like, you're kind of encouraged to look down sort of here at your health bar and stuff, and not necessarily around your like character. Do we have a tank? Is it actually a real tank? Okay, there's somewhere that looks kind of like a tank. So we're just one bar in this because we're trying to level up all the skill lines. Let me see if I've got I should have a scroll or potion I can chuck on. 50, 100, we'll use one of those. I've got loads of those.
They're mercenaries.
Just going to share this with these people here.
What do we have here? Someone who
There we go.
bypassed the guards.
Not to a cannon.
Yeah, I think if Panda UI does that, I might need to add that on. Because I think that would be quite a useful thing to be able to see. A stupid strangler. It literally like just grabbed me from across the room, and it does it again. Zendro, I think it's pronounced, says, do you think this class would be good in 1vxing? No. I personally think this will be the weakest class in PvP. And I've done Battlegrounds on PTS with like, other creators and stuff. And it was just really slow damage, like there's no burst. Now, like with anything, if you're good enough, you can make anything work, in all honesty.
This is the most bizarre ritual cult. Let's take it apart.
But I don't. If you go through the skills, your burst skill is essentially this, which is a channel, and you can charge it up. The creator says, what about after the tentacular dread buff? Even still, if you compare it, so PvP is kind of based on burst, and burst is essentially like the ability to do loads of damage in a shorter space of time. So good classes are like Warden. If you imagine a Stamina Warden, they do Deep Fissure, then what they will then do is, I need to talk to that person, damn it. They'll do something like Deep Fissure into Dizzying Swing into Dawnbreaker. So when that hits the target, the Deep Fissure lands, the Dizzying Swing lands, and they will Medium Weave. Is that down the bottom? Oh, it is. The Dizzying Swing will then land with the Medium Weave stun and the Dawnbreaker, and all of that will hit the player within like 1.5 seconds. So you get hit with 3 really high damage sources really, really quick. Oh, Sage said, no, a notification lame. Yeah, sorry about that, mate. I did put one on Discord and stuff, but YouTube can be a bit funny. And I think with the buff to the Dread skill, creative, is it doesn't work as a proper execute. It gives you a pseudo damage buff, which is nice. But because you don't have that initial, that really big delayed skill like Deep Fissure, Haunting Curse, Power of the Light, Blast Bones, Stacked Molten Whip, for example, or Stepped Bow, you don't have anything that hits really hard, really quick. And that's the problem. And so if you're hitting somebody for 3,000-4,000 beam in PvP, if a DK's healing for 15,000 health with one button, which does happen in PvP, you're not really going to be able to kill it. So that's kind of my kind of thing. I know they changed the Dread, and I haven't seen the massive change. So if it's bigger than I think, maybe, but I still don't see it. I thought it was like, it was 5% buff, and it goes up to like 10, I think it is, something like that. Yeah, Darren says it doesn't have delayed burst skill, like damage skill. It doesn't have a sort of burst tilt either. Yeah, it feels like if you played Magical Warden, Magical Warden is my favourite class. I've played it for like years.
Now come, let us undo this altar.
If you played Magical Warden, it feels like the old Magical Warden when you had to use vines to heal. So the old Magical Warden was vines. So it was like Living Trellis, for example, with another heal, so Nature's Embrace or Rapid Regen, and you kind of had to heal with lots of hots. That's kind of how this feels. So you have to hot stack to stay alive, whereas with other classes you've got burst heals, so you can stay alive. Uh, 20% increased damage per Crux spend, so you can buff the torch by 60%. I even still think 60%, so They'll be okay doing that. If you go, that is, I think it's 100%. It's 100% bonus damage base on the execute morph. So if you go 100% plus 60%, well, that's kind of 160%. That's tooltip. 5k. Let's go. We'll get out of that. If we go to 2h reverse slash, it's 3k, but it goes up to 300%. So then, and the other one's 400%. So 12,000 effectively versus, if you get the full buff, probably about 10k. So it's slightly weaker than Executioner. I think it will work out similar when you're on a full damage, like a full build. But it's channel. Face of the Seven. And that's for the mythic, that is.
Sold her soul completely.
So I think it's going to come down to it being a channel, which is a problem.
Just as you feared. The
So
ritual was
this here,
complete.
it's got a 0.3
See
cast.
how darkness gathers? Yes. Whatever Ornith unleashed here may be even stronger.
So that's the problem.
Prepare yourselves.
That kind of when you use this, you can't animation cancel it. And in PvP, that's what people do with burst. It's quite common for somebody to hit you with a burst combo,
Everybody out! Ornith will undo us all.
and then open the portal.
Mistress Bakara, what are you doing? You must go. No, you must go. Warn the guild. Warn Tamriel. Quickly now. Bakara can't hold this forever.
There we go. Yeah, so it's quite common for somebody to hit you with a burst combo, and then they will roll dodge, cancel, and execute.
You felt me. I'll get to
So you got another skill point. You can kind of, but it's not. It doesn't work fully. It's really clunky because the block cast, the animation plays into block and it's kind of like merged together. Whereas in let's do another dungeon that's level 20. Try and get some skill points. Where I can do stuff like that, so I can roll dodge at this, like that skill. I can't do that with beam, so it just doesn't let me do it. It still uses my stand though. And you'll see on the controller that it's doing that. So like I'm pushing the buttons to roll dodge, cancel the beam. If I grab them all, the flail skill, so abysmal impact for example. So I can't roll dodge, cancel it, and that's the problem. That's why it doesn't work in PvP. So I'm pushing it, I'm block cancelling it. See, that worked fine. So I got my stamina back up. And it's all these little things which they don't sound really awkward, but they do add up. Like one thing you can kind of overlook, but when you've got lots of skills like this, it just becomes really, really awkward. Certain says they released the class more for PvE and trial gameplay rather than Cyrodiil. Yeah. I don't see how this can be used in Cyrodiil at all. Like, everything is really low range. But this is fun. Doing that's quite nice. But yeah, you can't block cancel a lot of their skills. You can't roll dodge cancel a lot of their skills. And because a lot of them are channels, you can get interrupted as well. So I was doing a beam against somebody in PvP and they just bashed me. And I'm like, oh, okay. That seems like a problem.
Wait, who's that? I made a terrible mistake.
Look, so I'm pushing here and it's just not doing it. If you've had different experiences though, like, and if you guys who have played it, like, it's a new class and people are trying different stuff, and maybe the stuff that I'm trying to do isn't what it's made for. Like, if I'm trying to play it like a warden, it's not a warden, it's going to be a bit awkward. Darren said, I remember during the patch notes I saw Zos saying they intentionally made the class not have a good delayed burst skill and burst skill. I see what they're going for, but the problem is that in PvP. Okay. Crisps. That feel well. Wife's feeling ill. Yeah, I think Darren's right that you do need those things in PvP. Without those, you are just kind of like really struggling. Where's she? Darren says, besides the fact that of getting bashed while channeling. So Simple says he set up his BG simulator and he's streaming level 50 BGs right now. See, I haven't seen who he's fighting against. The one thing to say, and it's not a harsh thing, is when you get a new character, it puts your MMR really low, and so he'll be going against people that might not necessarily be as experienced in PvP initially, as well as there's lots of people using this class. So if you don't know how to play the class, you're gonna have people again trying to do this class. Because I've used the whole like Mara's Balm, this is before they nerfed it, Mara's Balm, Rallying Cry, Sea Serpent type combo. Didn't really do much. But the beam wasn't hitting anywhere near as much stacked with wood. Creator said he hopes to use sword and board or heavy armor so he can't be bashed with the heavy armor and movable skill. Yeah, it'd be good to see. You're welcome to link it, a Simple Duck. Because I think people just seeing how the class plays is good. I just struggle to see how it goes against DK. Or how it would go against a Warden with Burst. Like, I fought one with Assault, and on Assault I was just doing significantly higher Burst. I was doing like 20k damage to them. Whereas they're doing like 5k, 10k ticks to me at once. Darren said the tentacle skill needs a big buff to fix a lot of the issues. I think they need to have a morph of the beam that's you can't interrupt it. That'd be an easy fix. So one morph you can't interrupt, the other you can, but it has like bonus damage or hit something. Because then that will help those in PvP actually get stuff out of this. This needs to be instant cast, not channel, because you can't animation cancel it. So for example, you could do like a roll dodge into that skill, and then you could then go and beam. Darren says Crux damage increase can stay the same, but 90% increase of low numbers ain't nothing. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw Creative Excuses in the chat. He did a video earlier, which is worth a look. But it was basically comparing the fake half a spammable as such to a normal spammable, and he said it's kind of around about double the spammable damage from what I took away from that. With the Crux kind of factored in, and the burst skills are obviously kind of 1.5 spammable damage, but you can stack them with another spammable, so you generally get like 2.5 times damage. And that's kind of what's lacking, is that like 50% damage boost is missing from other kind of a delayed burst skill and a spammable combo. It doesn't have that bonus on there.
Shall obey.
I need healing.
Darren says it's too much risk and not enough reward. Yeah. Pragmatic can't be interrupted whilst the shields holds. Yeah, but the shield's not going to hold long in PvP. Because the shield's reduced by 50%. And it's all these little things where it works in principle, but when you take into account the PvP rules, it doesn't. Yeah, you also missed the light weaves. I think that's an issue in itself, that is. Yeah, and the enchants. Although you can kind of solve the enchants with access to kind of like a ground-based AoE. So if you use something like Wall of Elements or Endless Hail, for example, it will still proc the enchants for you. Look, the thing just bashed me. Yeah, there's another one done. Let's go get that skill point. There we go. Yeah, Darren says the ults look great. Good Toby. Toby's my cat. Alora's just fed the cats again. I don't see the shield ult being great in PvP. But it's this one here. Like it does its damage over time again, so you fill it up and it's like 10k damage every second, which is like 5k in PvP. You can just 15k burst heal. But let's do another round, and we're just trying to get skill points. Creative says, yeah, but if you have more than one target, you can pick the target. Yeah, I know that being unable to kind of pick who gets your fiery glyph is annoying. What they could do, and I think the easy solution to this would be this skill here, Tome Bearer's Inspiration. So it says, etch a series of runes into your thing with power. Each pulse enhances your class abilities. Striking an enemy with one deals this extra damage, yeah? If this did this extra damage per tick of the beam, or even it was, this can proc every 1 second, that would fix a lot of the issues. But this is, that 5 seconds is awful. Like, that's like a pseudo dot. And a really bad dot at that. So if this was every second, that would fix a lot of the issues. That would fix a lot of the burst issues, because you can use this with another skill. And then you've got that little bit of extra oomph fixing the lack of damage. And then if it was with the beam, you could like charge your beam essentially with 3 Crux and this to then have a really high sort of just burst. But at the moment, I can't see how you get the burst in. Like, I really don't. Activity finder. We are level 22, I think it was. So we're getting up about halfway. The pragmatic one is a 7,300 shield. That's 3k in PvP, so that's like 1 spammable hit, and then you can be bashed. So it's not huge. And the snare's probably more useful for PvP. they're almost 30 there. Yeah, whilst I'm waiting, I'm just gonna... Simple Duck said, look at Deltia Gaming. He streams on Twitch, he does. And I'll just post a link in. I'm still doubtful about it in PGs. But if you want to just see it in a higher BGs, you can there. He is... Yes, I'm looking and it's doing 1,000 damage. It's... So I'm watching for another Arcanist. So he's got Master's Dual Wield, he's got Way of the Fire on, it looks like. He then has Vate Destro. So he's got like 3 damage proc sets. Just as kind of just looking at what the sets he's using.
You're not part. I'm sworn to.
So, Too Simple's thing earlier about he's killing people. If you're using 3 proc sets to have to kill people, I don't think that's a good sign of it being strong as a class. Darren said he's going to make his into a tanky healer. I think that would be good. I think it would be a good healer. And after this, we'll pop into BGs. We've got a few more skills that we can use this time in there. So we've got the shields, the chakram shields. I do really like DPS though. Sensors, which class do you think is currently best for 1vx? Warden, DK, I know we played it when it was Stamstalk. Stamstalk's not bad. Because the one thing Stamstalk has, which I think people overlook, is speed. Like, there was a reason they nerfed the Swift trait, because people were at the speed cap and you couldn't hit the people, so they were really hard to kill. And because Stamstalk is so mobile as a class, it is still pretty decent. For 1vx though, I'd probably say with the new patch it's going to change slightly, but I would reckon it would be DK Warden. Probably DK Warden. I think Templar could have, it wouldn't be 1vx like top tier, but I think it will have a bit of a resurgence because of the change to Power of the Light. It now has 6% less damage needed to fill it up, so people can fill this up a lot easier. So like doing like a Dawnbreaker to a Jabs, when someone has Power of the Light on them, you could get a really big Power of the Light go off and go into the beam, and I think that would work really well. But yeah, it's typically Warden and DK just because they have burst. They got burst, like really big burst combos, and they got burst heals in some way. Art Blast not a massive burst heal, but they can stack it with other heals. And if they go max health and Polar Wind, it's just crazy big. Darren was saying it easily competes with my favourite class when it comes to a support healer, Warden. Yeah, it definitely feels like Warden's cousin. Like it's got a lot of similarities between the two. Darren also says, but Warden's better for mobile healing, and this will help with like keep and flag healing. Yeah, I think this will be good for heals, like buffs. But the skills are just 22 meters, 22 meters, 15 meters. It's like really close melee range stuff. And I think if you find landing deep fish are hard in Cyrodiil, well, this is less range than those. So, you know, you're gonna have struggle. Yeah, Darius stands up with the most mobile class, but requires effort and more and skill to compete. Yeah, it's a bit like Nightblade. Nightblade's very, very good if played well, but it's one of those classes that if you play it badly, it's pretty in there. And it's because, but the ones that play Nightblade well is the mobility. They move very, very well. Yeah, with the flail thing that Creative's saying about you can animation cancel, you have to cast it and then let it play and then roll. So there is a bit of a delay, like that. So it's not as animation cancel-y as other skills. Let's go with the giant crit. But this for PvE is great, look at that. And our two-hander's levelling up nicely. So 18, dual wield 21. We can get that whirling blade. This is it. Thanks. I remember I really hated Warden and DK, but DK was just so good. I think if you haven't played DK in a while, it is. If you imagine like old Warden when they changed like the Art of Blast and used to be like God mode, it's basically like that. But you have like really high damage as well. What's that for?
By the ebony blade.
Got another lead. I don't normally get this many leads. Is it for a mythic? No, that just looks like a load of crap. That does. I really don't care about the cosmetics in this game. But I have no desire for them whatsoever. Oh, that's so close to morphing, that is. And we've got this skill now, which is awesome. We chuck this on the back bar.
Unbelievable. Yes. Secrets.
Okay, so we'll go for a... We'll leave this group. We'll sort out our skills. And then we'll do another BGs. So we've got a few more stuff we can play with now. There you go. Bot Trophy says, when is it out for Xbox? About 2 weeks, roughly.
He hears voices in his head. Don't worry. They're good people.
So, spammable, that skill, that skill. That goes in the back bar there. We still don't have our armor buff, which is insane. It takes so long to get. Jackham shield, quite a small shield. That's our heal. I want vigor. That's a shield that we can use, and there's a no button. Yeah, I'm just thinking, we put a dot on there, I guess. Soul trap. We probably need to get a restoration staff going as well, because our healing isn't great on this. We're going to go for that as our all-no ult. I'm going to put on my gear quickly. But yeah, I know we should change our gear if you're doing PvP, but I don't see the point. At low level BGs, you just get really weird like damage scaling anyway. Let's go and put some food on. Consumables. I don't think I have the skill down here that I actually need. Yeah, I need one from here. Really quick. Let me chuck that there just as a quick. We're just getting this to 20, so we've got that armor skill. It's like literally like one pull off. There we go. Okay, we can keep our BGs on. Yeah, we'll queue for battlegrounds. That can go there. Yeah, we're gonna go for that one. That's close to morphing, so we're gonna keep trying to go until we can get that morphed. Sen says he knows a good stam sort build though, for 1vx, no CP. It's 5 Beekeeper, 5 Hunting's Rage, and then whatever you mythic wise. Yeah, Beekeeper's not bad for the health regen. Health regen's kind of slept on a little bit. There we go. We can morph that too. Sweet. So this one, consumable Cruxes, dread damage by 20%, and also foes drenched in abyssal ink by 2%. The flail increases damage dealt to enemies below half health. So that's a really weird choice. So do you want double damage when they're below half health? Increase till 5% increased damage. Consumable Crux and increase the dread damage by 20%, and damage to foes drenched in abyssal ink by 2% per Crux. So it's a 6% damage boost. Plus the 5, so it's 11% versus the 5% bonus. And the... I struggle to see how this is... I'll try this one. I'm just not convinced on the dread though. I guess maybe you have to use it as a debuff. And then you debuff and then you do that. How long does it last for? Two seconds. Okay, that's not good. That's ridiculous. Why is that bonus damage only for 2 seconds? So bad. Yeah, we are queued for battlegrounds, by the way, and we're just leveling up some stuff whilst we're waiting. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think the Tentacular Dread morph is worth it? Or not really? I'm struggling to see it be any good as a morph. Because that passive boost is only 2 seconds, look. There it is. And then it's gone. But why is that only 2 seconds, that bonus boost?
Do you want the enemy to eat us?
Sen said he used to use it back in the day when they just banned no procs. Yeah, no worries, mate. Cheers for dropping by. I'm just focusing on leveling up. So they're all repaired. Yeah, I'm gonna go change that morph. I'm not convinced on it. Like, I'm really not. Soup said that combo into Dizzying Swim and Executioners carry me in BGs.
So much to do.
Yeah, but you see, you're using Dizzying Swing and Execution for damage. You're not using the class skill. That seems like a real oversight. That this bonus 2% down here is just for 2 seconds. But that seems really, really unfortunate. Maybe it goes up with morphs. We'll use it in BGs as it is and see how it goes. Yeah, the Soup's just using it in Dizzying Swing and stuff. We'll try escalating this time. We can try to damage one because it means we can't be bashed. This has a snare. It's a good snare. Because that was at 35. You're looking at least 50 plus if you got just one Crux. I'll try pragmatic. We're just getting a few passives now because we actually have stuff. No, the bonus damage is for 2 seconds. I've literally just checked against an NPC. So you get the 5% bonus. It's got 2 effects. You can see it on the character. So the first one, the base, you got the base like 5%. You got the bonus. I'm actually going to kill him blow on that. Yeah, so I got that harness and quintessence there. I need some more mag sustain. Yeah. Yeah, we need to put some points into our light armor to get our regen. We have no regen. What's my mag regen? 1200. Yeah. But yeah, it's only 2 seconds, which is really bad. So look, you can see that 2 seconds on him, and then that bonus is already gone now. Oh, he shot me from up there. What kill so far? Creator says that has to be a typo. Yeah, well, the thing is, it shows it on the buff tracker. I'll check combat metrics in a moment. I've got that installed. Can I pull any of these over here? I managed to get that guy. But they stole the kill! They stole the kill! Full damage OP. Oh, it's not popping down here. Yeah, it could be a typo. I didn't mean to do that. I want to go for the heavy attack to try and get him. Creator says then it got changed. It's 20 seconds on PT if he says. Let me put the add-on settings to track in PvP. I might have it as well where you got the debuffs. ×2 Crux spent. Yeah, I'll check it on in the PvE area after. 9 kills. I had a triple kill somewhere. It definitely feels like a class that is like death by 1,000 cuts. By like 1,000 paper cuts. I swear I can't immobilise that guy for some reason. I wanted to drop that back down. So to see if I'm reading told but the 2% Crux is for the whole. No, so you get 5% bonus damage for 20 seconds, and you get the Crux spent bit for 2 seconds. So you get 6% on top for the first 2 seconds, and then it goes. So it's not 11% for 20; it's 11% for 2 seconds, and then 20% for 5% for the 18 remaining seconds, which is really bad. Everyone is an Arcanist sinful. I also had a look at Deltia's stream, and it looked like he was using Master's Dual Wield and the Vate Destro, Wrath of Elements, which, if you're using proc sets to help with the damage to kill people, don't see how how it makes it a good class. And that's kind of what I saw when I was using it on PTS as well. But yeah, everyone is Arcanist in there. Definitely feels like that thing misses loads. It could be the immobilized maybe. I need to check it. They went down both sides. Maybe it is the immobilize. Well, that would make much more sense. which I think will help. It doesn't still feel like a huge boost yet. So look, when people roll, you can really just avoid stuff. You can, like, really avoiding the beam just massively. He was. Yeah, you're probably right, creative. Because that would make a lot more sense. That would. I'm actually at the stun on that guy. Yeah, they definitely like me, don't they? The little rune blades is cool though. Oh, my health bar went low there. So I got that stacked twice with the debuff on them, which oh, they came and hit me with this immobilize. They both came. Yeah, I can see it being. I feel like you can make it work. I don't feel it's really OP. It's. But like having these skills, that was a lot more viable. It felt. Like our sustain is garbage. We need so much sustain. Soup says it is average at best. Yeah, I think it's new and shiny, but doesn't feel like OP to me.
All this way and for nothing.
Maybe it does that. There you go. We can morph vigor, yeah. Let's get vigor. That would actually help. We could probably get some dark elf stuff going. So what does that do? Okay, so that's just extra armor. So when you have that on you, you get both then. Which is quite nice. Let's look at the passives. Wellspring of the Abyss. Stam regen. For each ability from there. It feels like some of the skills kind of like the passives don't really work with where you'd want the skill bars. So like this passive here it's from each soldier apocrypha ability. So in PvP, you're not going to use many of these, but this is a really good passive. So I'm probably going to use that. Runic Defense you might use as a good morph of it if it's the one I think it is. So on the back bar you get the extra sustain. But so yeah. Cast an Arcanist ability, Rapture, you get minor evade. That's a great passive. This is amazing. This one. This is a good sustain passive. That's a good passive too. It is fun though. I will have to say that. Although it's a bit kind of funky, it is really fun to play. And knowing the kind of the oddities, you do have to like really build up. Like I put the heal, that bonus damage on it. I need to turn that lock off though, that's really annoying that is. So you have to like hit with the debuff and then go for the beam, and the debuff's on them, and it's got 3 Crux to get like really good high damage out of it. So like that. That was good. You managed to get me. Yeah, I think the Tentacular Dread is the better morph for PvP. I think that extra 2% doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 6% damage, which does really add up because a lot of the hits are like lots of small hits. There you go. So I can kill people easier with this, knowing how the skills interact better. So that's like the debuff on that guy, and I'm charging up my beam now. I'm going for the big beam. The 2.5k crits. So a lot of people don't expect that you can bash them out of their beam. Oh, no, 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 I'm low health. Oh. Oh, I got greedy there. 2 point. Look at my health. It's so low. It's so low. That's so low. There I go. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I went way too aggressively. Oh, I don't know how I stayed alive then. Oh, there's one over there though. Ah, there you go. That was good. Yeah, it feels like you have to charge the tentacular dread up and then charge up the beam and then go over the beam, and that's when you get good damage. It's not DK damage, don't get me, like, it's nowhere near that. But it feels like you can do enough. They got me. They got me. 8 kills. But yeah, I think this could be quite a fun sort of class if you get kind of used to it. But that guy's debuffed. So Chris said, so Inspired Scholarship and Crux we have timings out would be really strong so you can charge fast. Yeah, I think Inspired Scholarship and the Crux Weaver armor would be really helpful, because the issue that I had was the Crux gen is you can see I'm having to use Escalating Rune Blades to gen my Crux, which is fine, like it's a good spammable, but I think having the Crux Weaver armor where you get damage, you get Crux back would be way better, because you could just debuff them and then you're more likely to have the beam ready to go and you could go for a stun into the beam. It's a shame actually that this uses the Crux as well. That's a bit of a shame. But it feels like we're getting somewhere with this, like with kind of how it is meant to play. One thing I would like to know is what is the cost reduction glyph for level 4? Like, is it actually any good? Oh, I've got that add-on, haven't I? That one. Oh, BG's is ready. There you go. I'm just gonna grab a tablet. Be one sec. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I think you'd use a Inferno staff and go element susceptibility. I like 100%. Capture the relic. This could be good. The jaws. Love it. What are your guys thinking of the class? You've seen it kind of in a few dungeons, a few BGs, low level obviously. And you've kind of seen it in just the overland farming. There's fight in here? Yeah. Oh, I'm actually at the stun on it because he went for the beam. We're gonna pop up here. We'll move away from that. Something that can't immobilize that guy. But he's using vampire spam, he is. So I've actually got the debuff from that guy. You can see I've targeted the inexperienced player. Oh, is he running away? He's run away. Oh, he's come back, he's come back, he's come back. That's a good burst there. Yeah, I just ran out of resource. 3k, that was good. You can see a lot of these damages coming from the vampire spammable. That was good though, that was a good little fight with him. I just ran out of resource. Yeah, I think once it hits 50, we could really like, put it through its paces. And you can make some cool builds with this. Yeah, he's actually run away. Someone did pop back up here though, there he is. I got well, super greedy there. It feels really cool to play though. Like, because you have to spam so many skills to kill people, it feels like you're really in the action. I wanted to try and get him with my bomb too. Creative said he's level 39, but he's out of 150 scrolls. Yeah, I think I've got about 8. I'm level 25 almost. Hey Tate's popping in, just saying hi, liking the Arcanist class. Yeah, it is different. I went too aggressive with that guy, but you know I'm liking it. It definitely, it feels like a Templar. Like if you kind of imagine you get them low and then you beam them, that's how it feels like. It's really good in PvE, like really fun in PvE. Just go up to a group of ads, charge with the beam and just beam them. It's like, that's really good. Yeah, those channeled abilities, they can be bashed. As you saw, that guy just bashed his and he died. There's a morph on the offensive one though that has like a shield that stops you being bashed if you use it. It's pretty good actually. I'm in level 4 armor for those people curious, by the way. So yeah, there's a few channeled abilities which are... I just have like real mag sustain issues. He's running away. Ah, that red guy got so close to dying. There, one got him. I'm getting beaten from both sides. Which one go for red? I've been focused on killing people. Like, this was deathmatch. I literally was playing that as deathmatch. But it's getting our skill points, which is good.
Buying and selling.
Yeah, no, that is... we are like low on gear. Like, our gear we're using is like really low level. So, yeah, that's the thing. But I think we could make something fun with this when it's fully done. It's the only way to play BGs right. Or the low level BGs. Like, what's the point of making... Like, some people will proper sweat about it and make gold sets for low level BGs. And they literally would have them in like multiples of 5. So it'd be like, I got to level 5, put on this, got to level 10, put on this. And it's just ridiculous. And you even have some people that have transmutated proc sets to use in BGs. Which is just like, wow. Onu says, do you think one DK can take on 5 R? Yeah, a DK is ridiculous. I'm actually being serious, and like DK is very good. The Arcanist lacks burst, whereas DK has burst. So if a DK went to corrosive with a stacked whip, it would do like half the Arcanist's health. And all it takes is an opportunity to get rid of 1 or 2 people in the low health. But if you know kind of how to move and stuff, you can do stuff like that. What got him? Oh, that was an unfortunate stun from that. I'm so low on the health, it's ridiculous. I got stun locked. That crystallized slab kept stunning me, it's really annoying. Can you do that through the wall? No, you can't. I wonder if you can tag them through the wall. Ah, I gotta get it! Oh, it's so low in health. Oh, we managed to get him finally. Yeah, if you get that beam charged up, it is pretty nasty. Like really, really nasty if you get the ink debuff on them. There we go. Oh, he's using execute. He is. Only says if I play Salt before boss for the next 2 months, it's over. Yeah, he's running spin to win ears on his, so he's running whirling blade. Get them load and spin, which makes sense. There we go. That was good. With the morph of the beam, I think people are going to use Pragmatic Fate Carver in PvP, just because the shield isn't massive, but it's normally enough to block a spammer ball's worth of damage. So if someone's using like beam or they try to bash you, you can typically take that hit, which means you don't get them interrupted. Hey, we can actually get a new weapon. Sweet. It's been ages. There we go. Can I morph any of our skills? No. Yeah, I like escalating rune blades. That seems to feel pretty decent. Because our crit chance is pretty high. Was it tracking in PvP? That is the question. Should have done. No, not turn off in PvP. So there's going to be a lot of people using the Arcanist for the next couple of weeks, I reckon. But I think you need to use this. Tentacular Dread seems like a pretty... It helps with the damage.
I'm so shaken.
So it's looking at the poll, 73% say they're going to get Necrom and the Arcanist, and 28 say no. Which I'm not sure how that works maths wise, but apparently that's it. So we're going to morph some skills, I think. Rune Meld can be morphed into a heal over time, or hidden low enemy target, sorry, gives ult. It's a big heal, but it's too slow. And the shields aren't great because they don't get you out of execute. There was no pull some ads over and do some leveling whilst waiting. No, that is very easy to do, doing that. So yeah, I'll do one more BG and probably call it there, I think. And then I'll focus on getting this up to CP tomorrow. So yeah, this is the last BG for me for the night because it is late, so almost midnight. So if you've got any questions about the class itself, I'd say ask it now so I can get a chance to reply. And if you get questions just after the stream or stuff, I do have a Discord, so you are welcome to join. I'll put a link in a sec. And there's like 800 people in there, like really chilled, kind of really relaxed. So that's if you want to join the Discord. And obviously if you like what I do and stuff and you want to support, the best way to do so is on Patreon. So there's details there if you wish. There's perks and all that stuff, but I said you can have a look. But yeah, this will be the last one. This is a crazy king. So we'll see how this one goes. Pop down here. He literally went for the spam and impale. Yeah, his concealed weapon does more damage than his impale, which that's why I don't like impale. It's not great. Silly cloak. I hate cloak so much to fight against. If I want to have it, it's amazing. He's actually good for me, yes. He tried going for the gank, he did. How does that not pull him out of stealth? You would have thought the beam would have pulled that Nightbed out of stealth. I tried to fire the ult on him and it wouldn't fire. It's a petrify that did it. Oh, I went to go for that guy at the back away with the in-gap. The achievement pale and then the teleported in with the in-gap. That is my last one. Oh, I got hit with two things. Something hit me really hard there. In-cap. 8.6k. Yeah, my team not had a single kill. Yeah, this is when you want to run to tech potions. When you get Night Blades, that just roll loads is really hard to get the finishing hit on them. So this one below. I don't need to do that. Ah, I've got to the Nightblade and then I think it's Ashen Grip got me. That was, yeah. Using proc set. You can see that's when people are like using proper builds and PV, like low level BGs. But I literally just have PvE gear on. He ran away. The Nightblade actually ran away. There we go. Moving up the stairs. Grab this flag while we're here. He ran away. That's how you do the beam, mate. Look at that. Oh, that was tasty. That was. That stupid DK healing. Literally, it's insane. Yeah, DK healing is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous DK healing. You literally see like he's getting like, was it 10-15k burst steals in no CP? But no, it's been quite a interesting experience though, using this on the server to kind of just see how it feels. I'm going to go and level up the skills obviously, and then go and kind of make a build and hopefully use it on stream this weekend. I will see if I can get around to doing like another one in the middle of the week, if I get a chance. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it here because it is late where I am, almost midnight, and I've got work tomorrow. Any questions, as I said, join the Discord. There's a link in the chat. And if you like what I do here and you want to support and stuff, there is a Patreon. That's the best way to do so. Obviously, you can have a look if you are interested. But yeah, I'm just going to say a massive thanks to Tate and all the people that have supported so far, and just everyone on Patreon anyway, because it really, really helps. And I'm going to wrap it up here. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye.